We are Melbourne,
and you are watching Jetlag Rock and Roll
Paris edition.
I like Paris because it's so nice and old. I mean, I love the building. I love wandering there.
It's a multicultural city, so you can find every culture here. It's really cosmopolitan, so anything you want, you can find it. If you want a museum, music, a really beautiful park, a restaurant, shows, everything is here.
Every day of the week there's always something, always a gig, always exposition, always a new bar opening, always tons of restaurants and cool places. The hard thing in Paris is to choose.
When I have guests from out of town, I like to take them walking around different neighborhoods because I think that's the best way to get to know Paris. And often I take people from the Marais in the 3rd down all the way to the Seine, and also around my neighborhood in the 11th, which is for me a normal neighborhood. It's not too fancy and I think very mixed. That's one of the things that I like about where I live. There's a little bit of everything.
I like to take people to Montmartre because it's a really lovely neighborhood to me. It's all tiny streets and really, really old buildings. It's a good place for tourists, obviously. Everybody goes there, but still. And you can see old Paris from up there when there is a good weather.
When I was a child, I thought Paris was like a grey place, very sad. But my parents usually bring me to the Grande Galerie de l'Évolution. And it's from the outside, it's like a big building, and when you go in, it's wonderful. There is like animals everywhere. You can think taxidermy is kind of creepy, but not here. It's like fascinating because there is so many spaces. There is a part with extinct animals, so it's really interesting to see how animal dies. When I was a child, I was very touched by one animal in particular. It was the dodo, the big bird from Alice au Pays des Merveilles.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yes, Alice in Wonderland. So it was, it made me very sad. And I always go to see the dodo. It's my favorite animal.
I really love the top of the Montparnasse Tower. It's a very cool place to have the greatest point of view of Paris. The cool time to go there is at night. You have the Eiffel Tower, which is flashing every hour at night time. So it's very touristic, but that's a cool spot to bring friends who come to visit Paris for the first time. There is a bar, you can grab a beer and have a cheers with friends with it. That's a wonderful view. I really love it.
You can go to tourist places and go to the Tour Eiffel or the Sacré-Cœur, it's okay, but take the metro, walk a lot. You should really check out the other neighborhoods in Paris, such as the 19th and the 20th and even Montreuil, for example, which are the most interesting parts of Paris to me, because that's in this kind of neighborhoods that you will find like weird stuff and strange street, for example, or cool bars to go to. It's the real Paris. It's where you will meet real Parisians and see the best of the city.
Stick around for a week or even more if you can, and then you can really start to see some neighborhoods, some different bars, some different shopping, some parks, and really have a much better view of what Paris is about.
For me, I love the countryside of Vincennes. It's very close to Paris. You can grab the subway, the Line 1, which brings you to Château de Vincennes. And there you get that big castle. You really feel like out of Paris, but you are really close, and you have that wonderful park, which is called the Parc Floral, where all the parents are going with the kids on the weekend, but you can go there during the week, and it's very quiet, very peaceful place. You have that huge lake with a lot of animals and a big forest. There's a big forest. So, if you want to get out of the city, if you want to change and have a little walk, this is one of my best spots.
Well, you can imagine in Paris there's a million restaurants that are great, and I like to sort of change around and go to different ones all the time. But there's one that I think is pretty nice and often take visitors to is the Paul Bert, which has a really good old feeling and is a sort of a typical bistro, has good cooking, good quality ingredients. If I had to name one place, I guess that's it.
One of my favorite restaurants is called the Timbre Poste, which means post stamp. Actually, it is not in Paris. It's in a very close suburb, Malakoff. It's nearby Les Puces de Vanves. I love this place because they have, first of all, they have really good French food, like classic French meat and French fries, obviously, everything. And the place is really nice looking, filled up with vintage advertising posters, objects, and it's really full with stuff. I love it.
Krishna Bhavan is my favorite restaurant for Indian food. It's a vegetarian dishes from South India. For starter, Indian donut made of white lentils, put in yogurt, and you can have curries with paratha. It's really good, really tasty, and everything put together is really spicy.
The mango lassi especially is so good. It is located in the area of La Chapelle, which is an Indian and Sri Lankan district in Paris. It's very small, but you have 3 or 4 streets, and it's only Indian shops and Indian restaurants.
It's the French Little India.
I love Japanese food. Basically, all the greatest Japanese restaurants are in Rue Sainte-Anne. It's one street with all the true Japanese style restaurants. So you have ramen restaurants, you can have tonkatsu restaurants. They all have their specialty. My favorite restaurant is called the Hokkaido. It's not on Rue Sainte-Anne, it's a little street just aside, and they are serving one of the best tonkatsu and katsudon in town. They are always making very good ramen. Yeah, Rue Sainte-Anne, Hokkaido, definitely my spot.
One of my favorite record store in Paris is located in Bastille, and it's called Bandal Records. It's one of the most famous garage and punk record shop in France.
It's run by my old pal Mark, and he's got really a great range of alternative music of all kinds of categories.
If you're looking for a very small old garage band, for example, or post-punk or cold wave, this is one of the coolest in Paris.
A real concentration on vinyl. There are CDs as well, and some odds and ends like t-shirts, but people come in all the time. I'm looking for something like this. I'm looking for this record. I want bands that sound like this, and they always do a great job of pointing people in the right direction.
Pop Culture Shop is a really good place to go to if you search for rare stuff from DIY scene, from Australia, for example. It's a shop that not only does records, they are fans of superheroes thing. So if you like Batman too, or stuff like that, you can find the last comics, and you can find superhero toys. It's a really good place.
What is really cool about Pop Culture is that Fred, the owner of the shop, is a really good counselor. For example, if you go there and you're not sure about what you want to buy, you can ask him, just tell him a little bit about yourself, your tastes and stuff, and he will always find the perfect record for you, every time.
One of my favorite record stores is Vinyl Office. It's a tiny shop nearby Bastille. Ronan, the owner, is a good friend of mine. He's a really nice guy. and he's really there to help you find whatever you want, whatever you like. And also, if you don't want to ask him or if you're too shy, you can help yourself with a little turntable and a headset, so you can play your own record.
Sometimes I go also to a place called Le Rideau de Fer in the 18th arrondissement. Every time I went there, I found great records, which I really wasn't expected to find there. There are a lot of different styles. You can really find, I don't know, African funk and wonderful 60s garage compilation and a little box of 7-inch, but very good selected. It's a good spot.
The good thing in Paris is that there is flea markets, weekly flea markets, and those are good spots to find records as well. You have to go every weekend because you never know what you can find, but when you find some stuff, it's really cheap. So it's worth to go there. Plus it's really fun to dig all those crates of records, whatever. If you should pick one flea market in Paris, I would recommend Les Puces de Vanves. It's by far the best one in Paris. It's only vintage stuff, and sellers put their stuff on the street like that, and it's really a good place to dig.
I like to go to Puce of Saint-Ouen. It's at Porte de Saint-Ouen. There are huge flea market where you can find really a lot of different things. You can find shiny things, but sometimes you can find gold in the middle of the pile of junk. And you have also collectors of 50s and 60s furniture. You can find wonderful pieces there. There are a couple of little stores selling records, vinyls. That's a cool spot. You can find a lot of different stuffs.
You know, I love French 50s furniture, really sort of cheesy style with in primary colors of Formica with chrome legs and stuff like that. I go looking for that. There's a lot of what are called brocantes in the 11th arrondissement.
One of my favorite vintage shops in Paris is Au Comptoir des Chineurs. It's in Le Marais, Rue Saint-Paul. And the owner, Laurent, is a very nice guy. This guy loves rock and roll music. He's playing himself. So he has loads of records, so you can find records there. He's got music instruments, loads of vintage guitars, everything, and clothing, sunglasses, whatever. Everything you can think of, he has. So that's a really good place to go.
There are lots of vintage clothing stores in Paris. I like to take the metro and just walk from Châtelet to Le Marais. On this way there is like Kilo Shop, Fridge Stars, lots of shops everywhere. You can find very cheap clothes. There is, for example, some boxes with lots of clothes, like the €1 box, and you just have to dig and try to find something decent because it's usually horrible. The cool thing is you can find really rare stuff from the 60s and the 70s at a very cheap price because they don't know what they're selling. Sometimes you find very cool stuff.
And in Guérissol, in Barbès, you can have for €3 or €4 a complete outfit.
Espace B is a bar and also a venue located in the 19th arrondissement of Paris. It is also near the Canal de l'Ourcq, which is cool to go there by foot.
We can walk on the wall and see the water and the big doors that retains water.
So it's a bar, a restaurant. You can eat a very good couscous.
And the bar is a really tiny place. If you go through the bars, you have a big venue at the end, which have some great shows for indie, punk, everything.
Very cool to go at Espace B in the summer because they have a terrace, so you can grab a beer inside and then go outside and sit and just enjoy the sun and your beer.
If you're looking for a rock and roll venue, you should check out La Mécanique Ondulatoire, which is near Bastille. They have a bar on the first floor, and then downstairs there's a little cave where bands play almost every night.
It's a really great venue if you like punk music, hardcore, indie music.
A lot of DJ sets also.
We often go to this place because it's like a little family here. When you go to the show, when you go to the bar, you always see someone you know.
I work there as a DJ and a bartender too, so I'm really familiar with that place. And Mécanique is the real rock and roll club.
Well, I was joking with you about how you like Japanese food in Paris, and then they asked, what's your favorite bar? And I said, well, the Tiki Lounge, of course. And that's where we are right now. And it's my favorite bar, although, of course, Tiki is such an American thing. This was the first Tiki bar to open in Paris. It's got a great bartender, because my friend Max. And great drinks, a lot of fun to come here. You run into friends. It's always very lively. They have DJ nights several times a week. Sometimes people get dancing. It's really a fun place. That's why I love it.
We have 2 levels. People are coming here to find a little bit of the tropical mood, especially with the shitty weather that we have in Paris. This is a cool spot to hang out. You just feel like on holidays.
There's a very cute mid-century looking cocktail bar in Bastille called the Lone Palm. They make exotic cocktails and the owner is really good at it. They make everything themselves. Everything is fresh. I mean, they buy it from the neighborhood. They also carry Parisian beers, which is not that common. It's a really great place to get a drink.
There is that place called the Moonshiner, which is a speakeasy.
You have to go through a pizza place called De Vito. Really good pizza. They're delicious.
It's a tiny, very, very tiny spot. I mean, you have the place for 15 people to sit there. Behind the big wood door, there is a secret passage which brings you to a big bar.
It's a prohibition style, like in the 30s.
As it's hidden, you are not oppressed with a lot of people. I usually go there on Monday or Tuesday. It's the perfect time. You have no one. You can really enjoy a big sofa and
really, really great cocktails.
With a very great selection of Japanese whiskey.
It's expensive, but I think it's worth it. So I really like this place.
Most of all, it's a funny place because when you bring friends there, starting with the pizza, you eat the pizza and then after you just tell them, oh, just come here, come with me, and you arrive in that place which is completely different that the pizza. Yeah, it's a nice spot.